Good morning, friends. Greetings from Delta Eta. The last video about material, we had seen the basics of keeping low stock and why we should keep low stock in the factory and the cost involved in that. We learned two important things. One is STR and the other one was DSI, two measures or two ratios, STR and DSI. So now we'll just see one small example here. It's a MCQ question. Estimate how many times the stock is converted to money in a factory. The parameters given, so the stock is 10 crores, monthly turnover is 7 crores, the gross profit is 25%. So we need the answer. What is the STR of this factory? What is the STR of this factory? If you see, it is the monthly turnover is 7 crores, so annual turnover works out to 84 crores. 25% is the profit level. So 63 crore is the COGS. So stock is 10 crores. So the correct answer is B, 6.3. So the stock gets converted into cash 6.3 times in a year. This is the STR. Again, I'll repeat. The monthly turnover being 7 crores, the annual turnover is 84 crores. Gross profit being 25%, COGS works out to 63 crores. Stock is 10 crores. So STR is COGS divided by stock, which is 63 crores divided by 10 crores. Answer is B, which is 6.3. So the stock is getting converted into money 6.3 times in a year. Next one is, let's see how many days material the factory has got in its stock. This is just the inverse of the previous STR. So this is the DSI, the number of days for which material is available in stock. Stock is 15 crores, monthly turnover is 10 crores, gross profit is 28%. So what is the DSI we need to see? Again, the calculation, monthly turnover 10 crores. So annual turnover is 120 crores. So with an annual turnover of 120 crores, what is the STR? So the gross profit is 28%. So the COGS works out to 120 crores into 0.72, which is 86.4 crores. The COGS is 86.4 divided by the stock 15, it works out to 5.76. So 365 divided by 5.76, you get approximately 63 days. So the factory has got material to work for 63 days. Again, I will repeat how this calculation is coming. The monthly turnover is 10 crores. So annual turnover 120 crores. This 120 crores is the turnover of the factory. So the COGS is 28% lower, which is approximately 86.4 crores. 120 into 0.72. STR is COGS divided by stock. So 86.4 divided by 15, which is coming to 5.86 days, 5.86. So DSI is 365 divided by STR. It works out to 63 days. Approximately 2 months material is lying inside the shop floor, and the company can try to reduce this 63 to maybe 30, 40, 50, whichever way they like best. This will reduce their working capital. I hope these two measures makes your working easier as well as your cost lower. When you have more stock in the factory, it becomes very cumbersome, very difficult to navigate your way inside the factory. So try to keep minimum stock, of course, making sure that you have enough material to work on. So what are the benefits of keeping low stock? First one, lower the days, lesser is the working capital needed. Second one, so lesser cost of handling as well as capital cost. When you keep low stock, your chances of losses due to damage and obsolescence is minimal. Less space is needed, so less is easy to retrieve also. When you have so much material lying here, you don't know where it is lying. It becomes like the finding of a needle in a haystack. Of course, you may have everything in order, but then if it is in a very big store, it becomes very difficult and also takes long time to retrieve. Imagine the number of meters the forklift has to drive. Again, less manpower needed to handle. So basic 5 reasons why we keep low stock is, of course, cost reduction, easy to handle, and chances of losses due to damage, obsolescence is minimized. Now we come to the next step in the stock, which is the cost of keeping stock. Again, when we say cost of keeping stock, we have the stock buying material. You have to take working capital from the bank, which is going to cost you 8%. Material purchased with support from the bank is going to cost you 8% more. So if your price of the material is 1 lakh, if you're taking bank loan, it becomes automatically 1.08 lakh at the end of the year. Also, to maintain a store and keep it there properly, with proper accounting, with proper handling and storage, it costs approximately 6% per annum. You may ask me whether this is universal. Yes, more or less, most factories, they keep aside about 14% of the cost towards handling material as well as buying the material. So once the material is reaching your factory, from there it has to go inside the organization. It has to be kept there. You have to keep tab of its inventory. You have to keep track of its handling and then delivered to the right area for working. So this costs approximately 6% of the value of the stock. So 14% is the cost of keeping stock. So if your stock is 1 crore and annual turnover is 4 crores with a gross profit of 30%, your cost of stock per ton works out to approximately 5 lakh rupees. You'll be surprised by this. So you are giving 30% gross profit. Your STR is 2.8, with DSI is 130 days. So for the cost of keeping this 1 crore stock for 130 days is approximately 5 lakh rupees. So every time the stock turns over, you are losing 5 lakh rupees from your pocket, which should have been with you in the kitty. It is going out as an expense. So cost of stock per turn works out to 4.98 lakh rupees. Let's say if the company is making a 5% net profit, it means that the net profit is 20 lakhs. So on every turn only, you are losing about 25% of the stock profit as your loss. So now the question is, if the stock value is reduced by 50%, what is the new profit? You see, from 1 crore, we reduce the stock to 50 lakhs. DSI is 65 days. The cost of stock per turn is approximately only 124,000. So your new profit becomes 23.74 lakhs, which is approximately 18% more than the previous profits. See, just by reducing your inventory, you are able to improve your profits by 18%. I understand you will ask me one question, why we are not considering 1 full year and considering only 65 days. You are borrowing the first material, and afterwards the yield from that first material is going to help you purchase the second lot of material. This is what we are considering. It doesn't happen that way. It keeps on accruing from the bank. Or you have already paid the first lot, so you will be paying for the second lot only for 124 days. So I'm just considering that the turn only, per turn, not the number of turns. Only just one turn we are considering the cost. I hope it's clear. So I'll repeat again. If you reduce the stock in this case, in this scenario, from 1 crore to 50 lakhs, your new profit becomes approximately 18% more than the previous profit, the initial profit. So imagine improving your net profit by 18% is not small feat. You will be able to achieve that very easily by only controlling your stock. So this is again an MCQ. MCQ 3, 4, and 5 I put here. You see, I've given a scenario of stock in crores, turnover, gross profit, net profit. So what is the cost of carrying the stock? This is MCQ 3. What is the new profit if stock is reduced by 50%? MCQ 4. Estimate the new cost of carrying stock if sales increases to 50 crores. All other things remain the same. So given the answers here, you can work it out. It's an MCQ. You can try to work out what is the answer for MCQ 3, 4, and 5 based on our previous working. Now, having seen the impact of the cost for keeping material in your stock and how it impacts your profitability, we will now see how to reduce the stock value. In this, I will put as two areas. One is internal, inside the organization, and the other one is external, outside the organization. How to reduce the stock value? First way should be to buy or produce based on customer PO and available payment instrument only. If you have an LC for 1 crore, purchase raw material only for 1 crore. Don't purchase raw material expecting the LC to be opened. Always see to it that the customer will lift the material once it is produced, and customer will lift only when his payment instrument is there already. Otherwise, he will still be looking for another supplier. So buy or produce based on customer PO and available payment instrument only. Second one, in most organizations, you will find that the sales forecast is given at the beginning of the year or at the end of the previous year. And this is not updated. So the sales will give its forecast, and over the next 2, 3, 4 months' time, the requirements of the market would have changed. If this is not updated regularly, the factory management would keep on purchasing material as per the old forecast. This leads to an accumulation of inventory for which you may not get orders, and this will lead to a big loss. So sales should update the forecast, if not on a weekly basis, at least on a monthly basis. When I was a sales manager, I used to give this forecast once in a year and then forget it. You don't stick to the forecast because most of the time it is the customer who decides. It is the utility which decides which is the material to be sold or which is to be used. And then you follow with the utility. You don't update the factory in return. Suddenly you will find the factory will bring X model, which will not be required that year at all. And you will be asking for Y model, which will have to be airlifted or brought by courier so that you can supply the material. So sales should update the forecast, if not on a weekly basis, at least on a monthly basis. Or worst case, at least on a quarterly basis. And when I became a factory manager, I understood the importance of a weekly update. My predecessor was asking for a regular revision of the forecast, which we never give. Being in sales, you are more concerned with the customer than with the factory. But when I became the factory head, I understood the importance of such a question. So at least update the forecast on a weekly basis or monthly basis. The third one, you will always find material lying inside the factory unused. Why is it unused? Because it is not matching the specification. But as factory heads or factory managers, we should be able to understand whether this material can be used with little modification. If that can be used, go ahead. Instead of keeping material dead and going for fresh material, why don't you modify that and use it? I have a good example from my tenure as a factory head. We always need gaskets to ensure the IP protection of the luminaire. So the gaskets come in different sizes, and they're all coming from a foreign country, far off European country. And the gasket used to be of a particular size, say 4 mm into 6 mm, or 6 mm into 8 mm, 6 mm into 12 mm, depending on the size of the fitting. If the fitting is bigger, it can be a 12 mm into 12 mm fitting gasket also, a square gasket, 12 by 12. So one time we had a huge lot of material in the working process. The last step in the lighting assembly is the fixing of the gasket. And for want of the gasket, the whole shop floor was filled with material. You must have seen the light fitting. It comes with a big bowl, and there is a big voluminous cartoon required to fill it up. So you have the whole area is full of material, and we are unable to move it because there is no gasket. So I sat with our planning people and inquired, and they said the gasket, because Europe was closed down for August, and then some problems were there, we could not get the required gasket, which was supposed to come 1 month back. So nobody is to be blamed, but the material won't go out. So we sat and looked at the gasket size. So that gasket size was for 6 by 4 mm. Okay. Then we looked for alternatives. We found there were 8 by 4, 6 by 3, different sizes were there. We used to have a lot of gaskets because each light fitting requires about 1.5 to 2 meter gaskets. And when we are producing around 150,000 fittings, it means you require around 300,000 gaskets, 300,000 meters of gaskets. 300,000 meters of gaskets you require every year of different sizes. So when we were going through the bill of material, we found that, and what is stock available? Okay, 6 by 4 is not available, but you have 12 by 4 available in the factory. 6 by 4 is not available, but you have 12 by 4. So somebody suggested, why not we split it into 2 and use it, which we found a reasonable suggestion. Of course, there will be an extra labor involved. We need to make a small additional jig to cut the gasket properly and have some new blades to do it. We arranged all these things within 2 days, and the entire stock could be diluted within a week's time. So every resource was channeled to complete the job immediately, and we could achieve 2 things. One is we could get a good invoicing that month, and second one is we could reduce the gasket value in the stock by a huge value, because each meter of gasket costs anything around $1. So imagine $300,000 of gasket is lying there. So we could reduce the stock also, as well as we could reduce the work in process inventory and move it to the customer. So if any available material can be used with modification, please use it. Review the inventory weekly and dilute non-moving items as soon as possible. A weekly inventory review is always good for the factory. We must have seen this parts count. Reduce the parts count by redesigning. You might recollect the parts count which we learned in the variables chapter. So reduce the parts count by redesigning. Reduce SKUs by part commonization and standardization. In this way also you can reduce the stock value. Also redesign if needed using the latest development in material and technology. So earlier maybe you were using a very high thick material, rarely used material. Maybe now you have a different material available easily. So go for that. So you don't have to stock for a long time. Redesign, go in line with the specification. If the customer had asked you for an aluminum with purity of 99, don't go for a 99.9% purity because there's a huge difference in price. So go with the 99, redesign and make the bill of material suitable for 99% purity. Dilute overproduced items and obsolete stocks. So we'll find that in this way, you can reduce the value of the stock material lying inside the organization. Now, how to reduce stock value externally? Externally, I mean by looking at the market, looking at the suppliers, looking at the government conditions, how to reduce stock value. As you all know, the value of the stock is not just the value of material. It includes the value of material, it includes the transportation cost, it includes the financial cost. Okay, and if it is lying there for year after year, automatically the inventory value keeps going up because you have invested so much money on it. So it is not the purchase price of the material, but it is the value of the stock lying there, the amount of money you have invested in that stock. So first thing is how to reduce stock value. Retire items contributing less than 5% of sales. Have a weekly or daily correspondence with sales, informing them what is the current stock of FG and what is the producible quantity of raw materials available with you in stock. This is a big tool for the sales department because a customer comes to him saying that I need 100 pieces. The salesman should know whether he has that 100 pieces in stock to give or what is the time it takes to produce that 100 pieces. For this, if you follow the procedure and send a note to PPC and PPC to reply, it is going to take 2 days, by which time the customer would have gone. So this is like a ready reckoner to the sales guy. Third one is suspend or delay purchases to find alternatives. Force your employees to find alternatives. They will find it. Now we are coming to another important. With the supplier, you order in bulk so that you get volume discount and you take staggered delivery. The supplier is also happy because he's got a bulk order and he cannot produce the bulk order in one go, but he knows that every month that 20 or 30% of his production capacity is occupied with your order. So he'll be very happy to give you a volume discount. Also, he will not have to face the fluctuation in raw material prices. So order in bulk to get volume discount, but take staggered delivery. Practice just in time as much as possible. Because we have seen earlier that keeping material in stock doesn't mean just material you're keeping in stock. You're also putting your money to sleep there. So practice just in time as much as possible. Again, another reason why suppliers deliver to you full materials because they have full LC in hand. Once they have the letter of credit for full value, big value, they immediately supply the material so that they can get cash there. So don't open full LC. Suppliers deliver only for available LC. So open only for the month. That month's delivery, you open the LC. Another way to reduce your price of purchase is to have more than 3 vendors. If you have 5, 6 vendors, you will find that the price of your material can go down by 20-30%. Same computer which you are buying for 35,000 rupees, the same specs, you call for a tender, it will come down to 32,000 rupees. You open the door for 5, 6 vendors, you'll find that the price will come down to 29, 28,000 rupees. Because vendors need order and they'll be ready to reduce the prices. So you see here that having more than 3 vendors helps you to increase your profit level, because you will get prices much lower than the original prices. So I've shown you 7 ways to reduce stock internally and 7 ways to reduce the value of the stock externally. Now I'm just showing you results from our factory. Okay, I'm just comparing the inventory from 1st July 2009 all the way down to 1st December 2012, a period of 3 years. I'll not go into much detail except that 1st July 2009, you find that the value of the inventory is 26 million real and the cost at 14% is 2.382 million real. So almost 10% of the stock value is your cost of keeping that stock. 26 million is the stock at 14% cost. So then we started improving on the inventory. Slowly, we started improving the inventory and increasing the turnover and reducing the inventory value. Both actions were taken. We increased the turnover, and on the other side, we reduced the inventory value, such that by 2012 end, we had a turnover of 58 million from the 40 million we were doing, and our inventory had come down to 17.67 million, which helped us to reduce the cost of inventory to 753,000 real. From 2.38 million, we came down to 0.75 million. Almost the inventory has become 25% of the value of the cost of carrying the inventory has become just 25% of the original. Whereas we have increased the turnover also. So from 2.382, we could reduce 69% or 70% of the value and achieve a final figure of 753,000. Again, for me, this is not the end. There is still a lot of room to reduce. There is a lot of room to reduce. See here, DSIs is coming from 238 days, come down to 111 days. The number of SKUs from 3,339, we could come down to 1,728. The number of items we had in stock from a huge 3,300 pieces, we could come down to 1,700 pieces. STR or the DSI from 238, it came down to 111. So this is where we could achieve a huge benefit in the cost, going down to 253 from 2.38 million to 753,000. So this is what